In contrast to the plastic images which we have seen in the adverts, the Women in Focus programmes have tried to show women as they are, working, thinking, talking and living.
It's 50 years ago. I was 21 when this started. I was aware that Vale TV was happening and I was sceptical about how relevant it would be, how would we reflect genuine concerns of people at the time.
In the 1970s, Western Bartonshire was one of just 4 areas across the UK chosen for the government's experimental Quality of Life project, an ambitious project exploring how arts, culture and local leisure could improve everyday life. As part of it, local people created their own community channel, Vale TV, producing and broadcasting more than 90 programmes over 6 weeks to nearly 6,000 homes across Alexandria, Renton, Balloch and Bon Hill. One of these programmes was called Women in Focus.
This dynamo called Jenny Beale appeared, a young dynamic woman who was just incredible at mobilising and talking to communities. She held a meeting and spoke to us all about how she wanted to do a film of women's lives.
I'd like to start by just asking you what you think are...
I think we were really quite innocent and enthusiastic, so we just sort of threw ourselves into it, and the programmes came out of it. Women's lives looked very different to what they did now. They were really quite restricted. The role of the housewife was very prominent. You could tell certainly from the core group of women, how much they got out of it, that you could see their confidence rising. You could see them just being able to make more decisions in their own lives rather than feeling that they had to just be a good wife and mother and do everything for their husbands and their children.
Only by coming together in groups of women can we find common ground to stand together and begin to change our roles.
My interest in it was to make sure not just that the women listened to, but they were involved as well. We wanted to give women more confidence. We wanted them to understand that their lives mattered, that their lives were important, that other people wanted to hear what was going on for them. And we also wanted them to be upskilled, to be involved in making these programmes.
We decided collectively what we wanted to do. We had a number of meetings and discussed what issues did we want raised. So we had work, housework, we had childcare, we had women in the law, we had the maternity, and what was the sixth one going to be? And then it just kind of fell into her lap, and it was about the images of women in the media. So we had great fun sitting with magazines on the floor, going through, picking out the magazines that the adverts that we were really offended by, and that was such fun.
Now we find a male model selling a camera, but where is the body beautiful this time?
50 years later, we brought Women in Focus films home to the Vale of Leven, where local women revisited the stories and the issues that still echo today.
It's changed into a sense that, a lot more women are engineers and electricians and stuff like that, so that is such a good positive way to look at it. But we do still get those comments. We're still looked down upon in certain situations.
There's not much changes. The books are changing, and what they're reading and things like that, but there is still that, you're a girl, you're in pink, you're a boy, you're in blue, and that's the way it is. And then with the sexualisation of women is still awful. It's getting worse again.
Exactly. And it was hard, I think, for women up the hill because they had came out of these tenement blocks where they knew everyone, whereas they were all up there, and so I think there was a lot of real bad mental health issues in this area.
So if you're interested in taking part in a group or something like that,
I think the taking the films around to community settings and trade union settings afterwards, I think that did empower people further.
I can remember walking for ages with this huge sort of bag of equipment in my back and lugging them from one place to another, because we were really determined to get them out. I mean, they were shown 167 times that before we stopped tracking where they were going and who was seeing them. They were shown all over the UK. So this is not something that was only important to the Vale, because those 6 films influenced women across the UK, and that's incredible.